Hey guys, welcome back. So I did notice one of the errors, and we're gonna fix that right now. So just go into the check for hits one we folded, and where we have obj.type, change it to item.type. I know, I'm sorry. I am kind of using my other code as kind of like a little reminder, to help me. You probably noticed because I'm changing stuff around and some stuff I'm just, plain out changing. But, I'm trying to keep it the same, so I can expand on this tutorial, And also because, the old code was good code. And, I don't want to let it go to waste and, me forget some of the crap or, something like that. So it doesn't take as long to film. We're already an hour in, and that's a long time. And if you're still watching, I'm glad, you know. um, But yeah, so let's keep going. Anyway, so now that we have that, we can make this smaller again. Just like that. Minimize that, sorry. And now we're going to bind our items. So let's just, I'm trying to keep it pretty nice, So I'm just going to make close inventory smaller, open inventory smaller. I know they're already small, but it's a lot easier to make them smaller. See? A lot easier. So now everything, ooh, and that. What the heck, right? See? Now you don't have to scroll that much. Anyways, so after use object, I'm going to come down to, and I'm going to make a new function called bind item. And the parameters for bind item, we're going to use inventory ID, so inv ID, and object ID. And we're going to basically, in a way, mash those two together so they're together, and then we're going to type slots inv ID or inventory ID, and we're going to do dot item ID equals object ID. So basically, what we just did there was the variable item ID that is being held by our slots inventory ID thing. So like slot 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I'm trying to kind of explain it more to you guys so you can understand a little better. I don't know if it's helping, but it's probably not. But anyways, it sets the item ID to the object. So now the object in the slot or the inventory slot is kind of connected now in a way. So next we're going to do objects and then object ID to get the object that we're looking at. Dot inventory ID is going to be inv ID, just like that. So now it did basically the opposite, which connected the object with the slot instead of the slot with the object. So now they're both connected. So now we're going to do slots inventory ID dot holding equals object ID dot type. And it's probably not very necessary that we do that because I do believe we did it somewhere else, but let's just go with it anyways, And also I did check this for memory leaks earlier. Like, I didn't check it a lot, but it looks like it uses about 13 megabytes of memory throughout the entire process, like moving everything, like. So I'm pretty sure it doesn't have any memory leaks, but I'm not 100%. So if you can check it, go ahead, feel free to check it, Anyways, so now let's create a new function. Make this one smaller. Let's create a new function under bind item. And this one's going to be unbind item. And this one we're going to pull inv ID, object ID, and we don't need that because we're not doing that in this tutorial. And then we're going to create a variable holder, and we're going to do holder equals list. Oops, sorry. Slots inventory ID dot item ID. And then we're going to do list inv ID dot item ID equals null. So basically setting that we're getting the item and then we're making it empty. But we still have our holder, kind of. So now we're going to do objects, holder, dot inventory ID equals null. So basically, we're unbinding them. And then, sorry. And then, list. I did it again. Change list to slots. I'm sorry. And then we're going to do slots, inv ID dot holding equals null. Let me check something right here. Yeah, dot holding equals null, so it's not holding anything anymore. I'm pretty sure that's right. Let me look at something. Slots. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, because my old code is a little messed up, and I just noticed that. So now that we have that fixed, we can also make this one smaller, because we're done with this. And we're going to want to create a new function, and this is going to be called checking binds. Well, check bind. And we're doing this because we want to, eventually, we might want to, check to see if an item in an inventory slot are binded, and this will be the one to check it. So we're going to do if slots inv ID dot item ID doesn't equal null. So basically, if hold on. I know, I'm bad at that. Anyways, so basically if it's not empty, it will just return true. So it is holding an item, else it'll return false. And that's all we have to do for that function. I got my water, like I said in the last tutorial that I wanted. That's why I keep taking a sip every once in a while. Really dehydrated. Anyways, instead of being off topic, why don't we create a new function? Since we already have closed inventory and open inventory, I say we start with moving. Actually, before we do that, I'm just going to move actions, so we don't need to do that yet. Come into your menu. Now, to get to it, click the little gear again, like I said in the last tutorial. Just double click it and it'll take you into here. And we're going to create a checkbox. Well, kind of. And so I'm just going to draw a rectangle. And I'm going to take a paint bucket tool. And I'm going to set the alpha on this to 0. And I'm just going to click in the inside. So now when I select it, it's completely black basically, but you won't see it when it's not selected. And that's just so when they click it, it's they can click it anywhere and it'll be recognized as that, which is a really nice tool. Anyways, so we're gonna go to our timeline. We're gonna create a we're gonna make this a symbol, and this is gonna be called checkbox. Registration's on the top. We don't need to export it for ActionScript. And now I'm going to go into here, and now that we're inside of checkbox, I'm going to create a new frame or a new keyframe by hitting F6 or right clicking up here and clicking insert keyframe. So now that I have that, I'm going to make a little check. Oops. I'm going to change the alpha back up to 100%, and I'm going to change the color to a blue. Yeah. No. Sorry, I want to make it look good. I've learned how to use the pause button in my videos. Not really, I've known how for the longest time ever, but I paused it, made my little check mark, and this is on frame 2. So now I'm going to go back to the actions in frame 2 and type stop, just like that. That's all I'm going to type, and then I'm going to go to frame 1 and type stop, just like that, again. And that's all we need. That's probably the most code we'll ever have to type, but, it's hard code, I know, but whatever. right? So now we can come back out here, and we're done with that. Well, actually, I lied. Go back into your menu and drag this over so you can see it somewhere. And I'm just going to create a text that says move items. Just like that. Just like that. I know it looks bad, but if you ever watch any of my PHP tutorials, I'm terrible, terrible, terrible with designs. Except for checkboxes. I really like making those for some reason. Like, yeah, I'm not going to waste 10 minutes to tell you, but I like making checkboxes. Anyway, so we're going to test this code. Yeah, undefined property on line 136. So I'm going to come back up to our actions. Oh, we have all of our actions on layer 1. So I'm just going to select all of them and delete them all, basically. I'm going to hit Control and X. And that copies them and gets rid of them. And I'm going to come up to actions, and I'm going to paste them all there on the frame 1 of actions. I know it doesn't matter, but that's just to keep things the right way. So now that we have that, we're going to come back to look at that error. So in line 136, so it'll be here. It says object ID. Okay, so line 136 right here, obj ID. I capitalized the O in obj ID. And hopefully no errors. Perfect. Okay, so now if we go to the inventory, look, move items, and you can check and uncheck it, but it doesn't work. So we're gonna have to fix that, you know. Oh look, it doesn't work. Huh. Why? What? I don't even know. Like, I don't know. We'll fix it if there's a problem. That's funny though. It worked on one. It works once, right? Let me just pause it really quick. Okay, yeah, that'll be something we can probably fix earlier, later on. So next, oops, hold on again. Okay, so sorry, I lost my train of thought completely. Oops, that was my thumb. Just so you know. Anyways, so we're gonna open up this add in function open inventory. We're gonna open up our folded code, and we're gonna create a new line after the for each is over, and we're gonna do for each variable item in objects. Hold on, let me look at one thing really quick. Okay, sorry about that, I just want to check something. So anyways, for each variable item in objects, so each one of course, we're going to do if item.inInventory is true, and which means if both of these are true, item.used does not equal true. So basically, if the item has been used, it won't show up, and if it's in the inventory, it will show up. So if if the item is in the inventory and the item isn't used, it'll show up. So we're going to do add child item, and we do item.visible equals true, item.x equals slots, item.invid dot x, and we do item.y equals slots, item invid dot y, just like that. And we're going to add 22.5, and the reason we're adding 22.5 is because that's half of 45, which is the height of our inventory slot. It's half the height of our inventory slot. Oh, I had it halfway over so you guys couldn't see it. Okay, well this is what I should look like. I'm sorry about that. Actually, I'm not sure if I did, but anyways, so we should have that. And also, I did just notice something too. Go to your check for hits, and where we have item.y equals slots newest free, change that .y to minus 22.5 also. Or is it? It's plus 22.5, I'm sorry. Plus 22.5. 5. Now you can just make that smaller again, just like that. Okay, and so now we're going to want to set the item index. So set child index item num children minus 1. So basically set to the top. And for now, we're done with our open inventory function. And now close inventory. We're going to want to go back to close inventory, and we're going to have to change that up a little, I think. No, we're not. Okay, because we already have it done. So hopefully now, if we test this, it'll work. I'm not 100% sure that it will work, but you know, we'll try it. Okay, so far so good. No items in the inventory. Oh, we do get that thing, but it does show up. Shows up in a random order, it looks like. Okay, it doesn't show up after I open the inventory, pick an item up, and then close it. So let's open the inventory and see what happens. If I just, can I pick up all of the items? Yes. Okay, so now I got all of the items picked up, and they are in the proper order and everything. But if I have the inventory opened, and I'm getting all these argument errors. So let's figure that out. I'm going to pause it to take a look, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, now I can't quite seem to find the problem, but hopefully with the rest of the code we type, the problem kind of fixes itself. I've been looking at it for a long time, trust me. But, yeah. So, I guess we can start on moving the item. So let's do function, and then we're going to call this move mode. And we're going to do event. It's going to be void, just like that. And we're going to do var item. And we're going to do if menu 1 dot move mode. And then we're going to do menu 1 dot move mode dot go to and stop 1. Menu 1 dot move mode equals false. For each item in objects, we're going to do if item dot invid does not equal null. So if it's not empty, we're gonna messed up again. Item didn't mean to go back that far. invid does not equal null. We're going to do item dot remove event listener mouse event dot mouse down move item. Item dot remove event listener mouse event dot mouse up comma drop item dot add event listener mouse event dot click comma click object. Whew, that was a lot of coding. Just kidding. Anyways, we're gonna do else at the third end bracket, which so menu.1.move mode is not true. We're gonna do menu1.move mode.go to and stop 2. And move mode is case sensitive because we have two types of move mode. Move mode, just without any caps, is going to be a variable we create, and then move mode is going to be the checkbox we made earlier. The move mode with the capitalized M in mode will be the checkbox. Anyways, so let's keep going. we'll do menu one dot move mode equals true. And we'll do for each item in objects, and we'll just kind of copy and paste. We just need to copy and paste two of them, one for add and one for remove. We'll just change the remove one to add and the add one to remove. So now it should look like that. And I'm going to copy the add event listener and I'm going to change it to mouse down and move items. So it should look like that. And I'm going to organize them so it removes the event listener and then it adds the two new ones. So now that we have that, we can make a new function. That's all we need to do with that one, so let's collapse it, I guess. We can make a new function, and this one is going to be called move item. This is going to be event. Oops. Function move item. Event void. Just like that. And just so you know, we are calling this with the move mode, where we just added listeners for it. So when you click on an item, basically it executes the move item. So we'll type before x equals event.target.x, so the item's position right now. Then before y equals event.target.y. Then event.target.start drag, and we'll make that true. Then event.target.moving also equals true. And we set the dot moving, our own variable we made earlier. We set this because if it's not set and we try to drop it on another item, it'll move the wrong item. And I figured that out the hard way. It took me a while to figure it out on my application, but I finally realized that, hey, I need that. So I did that and it works. So let's test it. I'm having a feeling it's not going to work, and it's not working because we have to make the function drop item. But let's just make it blank for now. So function drop item, and I know we are over 20 minutes, but let's just finish this first. Void, and then we'll just leave it like that. We'll test it. Okay, no errors. We will probably still get that error. Yep, we still get it, but let's just test it. Click move items, doesn't check or anything, still can't move it. Hey, but mana increases, that's cool. Maybe just for me, but so I selected all of them. I'm going to click move and try it. Nope, but oh, I know why. Sorry, I'm kind of rushing now. Not really rushing, but go into your menu and then click on your checkbox. And give that an instance name of mood mode. Capitalize the M in mode. That is a must. So now if we test it, doesn't work. Perfect. Not perfect. But I guess I'm going to stop here. We'll fix that problem in the next tutorial. But we're 23.5 minutes in, so thanks, guys. Let me know, what you think I should do next, or, comment, subscribe, and, thumbs up or thumbs down. But thank you, guys. I'll talk to you later.